All right, so welcome this morning. Close your eyes. Find the breath. Pause your feet. Pause everything for just a moment. This is important that we do this every day, kind of regardless of what has to get done. Can you pause? And in the pause, are you still fidgety? Sometimes I am. What's it like to really just pause and feel? Use your breath, just the inhale and the exhale. How's your belly feeling today? Not just if there's some extra flesh there, which I'm sorry to say we all have, or what's the inside feel like? Did you eat something last night that was like, ugh? So I just have to tell you that on Monday, it was a funky day. And we got all this stuff done, and then I had some laundry to do, and I went down and I got watching a movie, and then I was eating popcorn, and then I wanted some salt and vinegar chips, so I added that, and I went to bed, just my stomach, I lay there going, that was really stupid. So, we're gonna do it, okay? So, as we breathe, as we pay attention, do we spend maybe more time having a Monday evening like I did, or do we pay attention? Are there times when we can't pay attention? Because this is kind of what happens. The pay attention, if we practice it, becomes something that we do all the time. And then all of a sudden, this spirit can say, she's listening. I can tell her something that she needs to know about her body. There's another part. You have to pay attention, but you also have to be asking, what do I need? I will always start class. Are there anything particular that we need? Is there anything? Doesn't mean that we won't do what I have planned, but I will try and incorporate that in. So for just a moment longer, my yoga classes, most, in my opinion, good yoga teachers will start class with a pause. Some sort of a little meditation to just bring the travel here, all the things we have to do after here, for just a moment, right here. Let us breathe with them. So take a deep inhale and an exhale. We talked a little bit about the Ujjayi breath last week. This week we're just working on a slow, smooth breath. So inhale through your nose and exhale. Try to make as long as you can. There is only one rule with breathing exercises. You never go into strain. If you start to feel the eyes or behind the eyes or the forehead, the temples, you feel strain in your neck, you've gone too far. So take another inhale and then exhale. We're going to really try to move this way today. We also are going to do quite a bit of twisting, okay? Working on the spine. So go ahead. We've got about 5 more of your breaths. I'm going to be quiet for 5 breaths. Go ahead. That was my 5th breath. Take one more. And go ahead and blink open the eyes. So how long did it take? How many breaths before your brain started to go somewhere? End of the first exhale, I wanted to say something. And I'm like, nope, you said you'd be quiet. Okay, so just know our brain is meant to do that. Okay, the exercise of bringing it back to pay attention is just that, an exercise. Okay, so just keep doing that, right? Try to find a time every single morning. It doesn't have to be first thing in the morning, because this isn't really first thing in the morning. We had to get up and get ready first. But I often do it first thing in the morning. Alarm goes off, or if I wake up without the alarm, which is one of my favorite things, it means I'm rested. But the other is to just pause. And then go ahead and you start moving. And I do this in bed. I try to do it real quietly if Blair's still there and asleep, because otherwise it would be like, get out of my space, right? So find, how do you feel? Oh, how are my shoulders doing today? Okay. Oh, what did I do yesterday that worked them? So I have tried to start, I've decided, I've done it off and on, but for the next couple weeks before my doctor's appointment with my hip, I have been riding the bike about an hour. A little stationary bike, and honestly, I used to be able to ride it and the pain would be gone. Now I ride it and I feel it all the time. It doesn't go away, but it's still working that muscle. And then after, I make sure I stretch. So maybe something you could add in all this is just this promise to your body. I'm going to spend 10 minutes today just moving, okay? Just 10 minutes. And I promise, if you will make that commitment, that's not too long in anybody's busy schedule. This body is worth it, right? If you'll start doing it, pretty soon you'll go, oh, it's 10 minutes? Oh, but I've got just a little bit more to do. And then you'll look at the clock and you're like, wow, I had an hour and I used the whole hour. And that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and start just circling the hips. Just find some space. Go both directions. Notice how it feels. Ooh, even crisscross it. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, how does that feel? Just taking it. Look, I'm leaning back, so go ahead, come. Some of you are still kind of back here on the chair. Try to come right here to give you some more space. And I'm leaning. Go ahead and lean back. That action, can you feel that in your hip? Is that just my hip? Yeah. There's some stretch. There's some muscle needed. So pause for a moment and then just notice the difference. You can feel the blood just pumping through that hip, okay? Now, you do not need aggressive, and that was fairly aggressive, okay? What does need to happen? If we've got muscle, go ahead and second side, lets us do this. And because of injury, because of lack of use, because of maybe feeling like a slug, because of being in the garden and just in one position for a long periods of time. If we don't do this, guess what? We lose this. So if you're kind of going, ooh, this one's really hard, Deb. There's a reason for that. Go ahead and bring it up. Can you I'm not putting it down. I'm just moving that. I'm clear on the edge, moving over. I'm leaning back. There is, when we are in a chair, it's kind of difficult to access that hip. So now add both in. Oh, lean back. Oh, that might be something you haven't done for a while. See if you can keep both of them off the ground for just a minute. Oh, I know, what the freak? And then come all the way back. Sit up. Feel your body. You might kind of go, phew, that was a lot of work. Yeah, it can be. Yeah, you might kind of go, ooh, I got some muscle there that wasn't working. So when you feel that cramping, okay, You're gonna feel, you might feel it in the arch of the foot, you might feel it in the calf, you might feel it in the hamstrings and up into the hips, okay? That is pretty much muscle that, two things. Hasn't been hydrated enough. That's like almost number one for any muscle cramping. Two, hasn't been used in that way for a while. That's it, okay? Go ahead, let's do shoulders. Oh, just start rolling them. So even that shoulder limb that's had just little bits, both of them. Ooh, yeah, as tiny bit of movement as maybe you can make. You remember I shared with my dad, keep going. I shared with you my dad being able to do this, and I couldn't. He said he was moving, and I couldn't see it, right? Yeah. So even the fact that he could feel that he was doing it, okay, is better than not doing it. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Oh, reach up. Reach out. Okay. Go ahead and just right here, palms up, palms down. Palms up, palms down. That is just a rotation of the shoulder. Go ahead and go elbows in, elbows out. Go elbows in. Notice what happens with the shoulders here. Can you feel the chest? The sternum lifts. How about that? So with the sternum lifting, it means, this is my anti-dowager hump. This movement will keep you out of here if you're here more often than you are here. Okay, so if you go back home and you're here the rest of the day on the computer, sewing, anything else, right? Yeah, so you're finding that range of motion. Go ahead and just hold the hands really still and just roll through those shoulders. And then roll one, and then the other. Can you be, and reverse it? Can you have, does that shoulder blade itself just slide on and off the back? There are muscles underneath that. And when we have pain, when we have an injury, when we have something that we're doing specifically, that's why in this class, every week is going to be something different. Okay, you have the option of going home and finding and remembering, and if you can't remember, watching it on YouTube. Okay, it is available. I make them public. I'm still working on editing because they changed it on me again. Okay, yeah, go ahead, hands down here. Start open, thumb going back as far as you can get it. And close, really close. This is not where we want to stay, but we want that range of motion. Pull it back, pull it forward, pull it back. Moving is slow. Probably don't want to, but finding that. Now, go ahead, it's going to be a dip with the palms facing, and then a knuckle and pull in. Dip, stretch through the hands. Bring it up, tighten the fist, tuck it under, bring it down. Take it up, feel the forearms, okay? Take it down, find it big, make it small, okay? I think I've shared with you that after the first year and a half of yoga, my wedding ring wouldn't fit anymore. I grew muscle in my fingers. 6 pregnancies had not done that. But, yeah, and then stop and just notice. You can feel the forearm, okay? Those muscles are important. Yes, okay? Go ahead, before we wrap up, you've all got one of these today. Okay. Please do this. We will bring the shoulder up and pull it back down, okay? Do we want to live like this? No, we don't want to be up here, but we want to be able to have that. Guess what? That helps us reach, to be able to bring that up, okay? So we will work that, but normally we do want to kind of depress the shoulder blades, keep them down, okay? So We're gonna do both. So you're here, now you have options. You are welcome to just hold it here and maybe stretch it. Notice I just stretched it about an inch. If that is where you need to be, you're gonna bring it all the way down. We're gonna bring it all the way up. We're gonna bring it down. Now, all the way up is just coming to where I can still pull my shoulders down. Okay, and they bring it back down. So the minute I am here, can you feel the back? Your back is now working. Yeah, right there. And it's actually, see if you can have it work right below the shoulder blades. If you were a woman, which 3 and 4 of us are, 3 of us, I got my knee. Okay, try where the bra strap goes. Try to pull that back. Pull it forward. It's hardly moving. Pull it back, reach it forward. Pull it back, and then bring that. Roll through those shoulders. Make sure you're rolling both of them. Even if one is kind of frozen and kind of a little bit sore, roll slightly. Now reverse that roll. Making sure there's different muscles used here. Go ahead and come back forward. Now, if you want, that we just barely moved. If you want to move it a little further, you're welcome to. If you go no way. Now, my elbow just bent a little bit, but I'm not doing this. Everybody take your elbows out like mine are. Now roll them down. Notice your shoulder blade. What did the shoulder blade do? You feel it like this? Yeah. So anytime, go ahead and release. Anytime we pull the elbows in, okay, just because of how our bodies are built, the shoulders will roll out. We want the width and strength in our shoulders wide. We don't want narrow. We want wide, okay? The other thing with wide, when we roll it, is they go wide, but to go wide, they also do this. And when they do that, they stretch. The trapezius muscle comes here, back of the shoulder, here. It's a big diamond shape, okay? The beauty of this muscle is that up at the top, it goes like this, so that we can do this, okay? In the middle, it goes like this. So in the muscle itself, most muscles go one direction, okay? This one in the middle here, but what happens there? Yeah, that's the muscle we don't use. Here you've got this muscle, as it contracts, it pulls up and it opens here and it releases this curve. This curve, none of that muscle at the bottom is working. Yeah. Only way to really, without weights and all that other stuff, to access that is to here and pull it in. Does that make sense? So try to feel, it's right back here, just that muscle squeezing a little bit more together, okay? I'm pulling my elbows in, okay? Now, if I want to work it a little more, I'm going to pull this out and try to pull this in. Notice my hands. If you can turn them up and pull the elbows towards the waist, you're engaging that and you can release. And you can do this whether your shoulder, here my shoulder, I'm doing all of that work. I'm hugging in. There's a little bit of a stretch and okay, or you can create great movement and pull that in. So you're feeling as if, do you guys ever remember, what was it? Suzanne Summers' Thigh Master? Do you remember seeing that on TV? It was that big metal contraption that you'd squeeze when you were sitting. That's what we're doing with our shoulder blades, okay? And our elbows. So go ahead, you can release a pull, or you can have a little bit of a pull, or you can have a little bit more of a pull. And the elbows are pulling in. Thigh Master with the elbows, right? Squeeze them in. Take it back out, squeeze them in. Does anybody not feel that working their back and their arms and their shoulders and our spine sitting up straight and release? It's a lot of work, okay? So if you ever want, I sell those. I have them. They're about $5, or they are $5. Go ahead, we'll wiggle through those shoulders. Okay. I actually have this, and I also have green that's a little bit stronger if you want that. Okay. Go ahead and reach forward. We're just now moving through those muscles that when we're here, that muscle is totally being stretched. If we tuck the chin and pull even further, yeah, and then pull back in and reach. Now, we're gonna start our twisting, okay? This arm's gonna go up, and then this side. We're lengthening the spine here, this side, and then this side. Now, sometimes we do it this way, okay? This is a little different, okay? See if you can take this shoulder blade, reach the shoulder to the ear, and tip. Feel that here. Now, the other thing that happens is we go like this. Pull this. It's not off the chair, push down on this side. So whichever side you're going over, the same hip is pushing down into your chair, into your blanket. Okay, come back. In fact, next time you're this way, go ahead and take your hand, lean, lift your rear end, and then pull the rear end down. Oh, some of the best stuff we can do for our waistlines and our hips, and come back up. Let's go this way. Go ahead and go over. You can have it up. You don't need it up. You can just lift an elbow. Lift the whole hip. See if you can lean. Now pull the hip back down. So it's like we're working the opposite direction. We can go up, but let's go down at the same time. This body is meant to do this. Okay, one more of these. So, Mr. Larry, I'm going to put you on the spot for just a moment. His shoulder is doing so much more. I want you to, your sore shoulder, lift, go as high as you can with your sole shoulder. See, yeah, he couldn't get past here. He's just been slowly working on that for how long have you been coming to yoga?
10 years.
10 years. It has not been 10 years. But it doesn't matter. If it takes 10 years, is 10 years too much? I plan on still being here in 10 years. So if it did take 10 years, that is exactly what I did when I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue in 2000. I'm like, okay, well, in 5 years, you could still be this tired, or maybe you could do something. And so I started changing stuff, right? And I can still have the symptoms, which there'll be sometimes when I get really tired that I get a sore throat. And I'm like, tonight you're going to bed early. You are babying yourself with tea. What have you been eating? Have you been eating more junk than normal? Oh yeah, more sugar you got. You better cut. Yeah, so there's just some things I know. But that's the extent of the symptoms anymore. I spent a year and a half on my bed, on the couch, not being able to do much else. Okay, can you imagine me on the couch or on the bed? Can you imagine living with me on the couch or on the bed? No, poor Blair, right? Here we go. We're just going to go up as much as we can, as far as it can go. If we're here because one shoulder is only going as far, yeah, we can do that. Just full. Now, while you're up here, will you just send this little prayer of gratitude to your shoulders? Thank you. Thank you for letting me do this. Now, just raise the shoulders and lower them. You're not even pulling on the strap. We could do this with the stick. Raise them and lower them, and then bring them all the way back down. Yeah, beautifully done. Okay. I do want to try twisting with these. Let's give it a try. Take this hand with the strap, plant it, and hold. So the strap is and the hand are holding, right? Okay. Then take your other hand, and you're just going to pull wide. See if you can get it straight, and then slow. It's not a slingshot back. You pull it wide, and then you resist it all the way back. You pull it wide and resist it. Now pause, hand close to your body. Try to sit square. Notice if you did this, take turn. If you did, grab a block, squeeze it between your legs. You've been here before. Oh, it's over on the bolster there. Okay? Yeah, so as you twist, you're squeezing the legs. As you squeeze the legs, you'll notice, oh, I don't turn as much. Squeeze them firmly. Here we go. Reach. Okay, there's one thing I want you to do here. The side of your body that's closest to the chair, which for most of you is your left side, for you, Lynn, it's your right side. Pull that right side back. No, what did you change? Get back to the other side.
I want to be for the rest of it.
You are. Pull back on this left side. Pull it towards the chair while you're pulling it away and gently release. You feel that on your ribs? Woo, baby.
Feel it when you quit.
Yeah. So that's using all of these muscles that are going to help us twist, okay, and move. I don't know about you, but I want to be able to not just get in and out of the car and walk, okay? I want to be able to, oh, hi, right? Second side, you're just planting this. Try it on your second side, Lynn. Just try. There you go. Yeah, you can turn to the side. There you go. Okay. Okay. This one, did it go up? See if you can pull it down. Here we go. Pull this out wide. Breathe. Yeah. Can you take this side of the waistline and pull it towards the chair? So it's like this is pulling away from this. Anybody ever do some archery? Anybody shot a bow and an arrow? Yep. Anybody not ever shot a bow and arrow? Okay. Come all the way back. If I took the bow and arrow and if I just pulled one way, what would happen with the bow? No, you wouldn't be able to pull it wide and this would come with you, right? Okay. Have you ever heard the phrase opposition in all things? You know I'll use this all the time. When you bow pull, you push forward as you pull, right? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and you do it both ways. Guess what the body needs? The body is designed. This tricep does this. While this is contracting, the back side of the arm is lengthening. When I want to lengthen, the back side shortens, the front side lengthens. This whole body is designed with opposition. So we just use it, okay? All right, one more twist. Go to the first side. Take it here. Now, you have an option here. Pull the shoulder around, elbow in. That's not the option. The option is, if you'd like, you can come past, straight forward, and come here. You're gonna feel a little more. Come back. Now, release. Pull this side of the body towards the back of the chair. Pull it again. As you pull forward, pull the body back alongside the chair. And maybe you go here. You're going to find that you work just a little bit more muscle. Come all the way and come back and release. Just wiggle. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Second side. Turn back. Squeezing that block if you can. This elbow and shoulder, there, the shoulder is pulled down, the elbow is pulled in. Okay, that's okay. Then this side of the body is going to pull away from me pulling that forward. And then you can release. Pull it again, and if you want, you can bring it a little bit further. We'll do one more. Come all the way back. You can just relax for a moment, and then come back in, reach. So my rib cage is what's pulling away from that hand. And then I'm taking it all the way back and all the way back forward. And I'm going to release. Okay. Anybody into their low backs there? Not at all. Just it's because you've got the legs working. Okay. If you work the legs, the low back can be protected. It's just one of those things. Go ahead and bring the block, even if you don't have it now, grab it up as high as you can, okay? You're gonna try and lean your belly and your chest and your rib cage over that. Tuck your chin, squeeze the block. Make the block kind of push in to your body, so lean over it. You're gonna feel a little bit of an extra stretch in the low back, in the mid back. Breathe. This is hard to breathe because we're smushing. Breathe into your backs. Feel that back expand. Feel the kidneys expand. Feel the low back expand. And work your way on up. Beautifully done. Does that make sense? Okay. How's that back feel? Start wiggling. Do it again. Okay, block. We've done this. It's going to be on the floor. You're going to grab a stick. Okay, we've done this, and we will probably do this a lot. It's a fabulous one. Okay, blocks out to the side. Try and put it on your right foot. Okay, yeah. Okay, lifting it up. Now, if that was like a piece of cake and you don't feel anything different, move it straight. Yeah, I'd like you to have just a little bit of work going on here. Okay. I'd like you to see, can you lift that hip? You might have to use your hand, lift it up off your chair. It's not on the floor. Oftentimes we do this on the floor. Now pull the hip back down. Lift it up. Pull it back down. So when I'm trying to lengthen this way, I want to feel that pull going down, opposite me going up. Use your stick. Lift it up. Push into the stick, lift and pull my body up higher as I pull down with that hip. Okay, this is different muscles. This is using the pelvic muscles. Go ahead and lift it up. Okay, push. I'm pulling down with my hands, lifting my body, trying to put some weight into this stick, and then pulling that hip back down. Okay, and then come all the way up. We're going to just work, go in and out, wiggling through that. Okay. And then see, for some of you, this will be impossible to do. Okay. For some of you, that's that you can't do that, you're here. So you just move that block in, okay? Because you just want the knee out to the side. If you can get up and over, yeah, for some of us, piece of cake. Move your block a little closer to the foot. Yeah, so that you've got that. I'm going to try, Gilbert, with you, just a little bigger block and see if that, I know you've got one hip. So this is just a little higher. Okay. Oh, you got over
For a minute.
for a minute. All right. So you're going to have two blocks, but that one's probably a little higher. Okay. So either way, you're doing the same thing. Okay. Lean over here. Bring your hands up. Pull down, try to lift yourself up. I can hardly lift it, right? And if I'm here, I can lift it up and then pull it back down. Does anybody feel that in their hip? Oh, yeah. And then gently release, okay? So pigeon pose is one of the best releases of the hip socket. It's one of the best things for sciatic pain, okay? When you can't get on the floor and you can't cross this over, it's really very difficult to access any kind of a pigeon pose. Okay, that's why we do this and pull down in this position. So it's like we took, instead of being able to have the flexibility to do this to find the stretch, which is what we normally do, we come up and we pull down with the hip. Okay, so we're just working some opposing muscles. That's it. That's it. Okay, come back to here. Come back to here. Okay, again, if that was like a piece of cake to lift it up, challenge yourself just a little bit. Go wider. Okay, it went more away from me. Beautifully done. Walk the foot back until you've got the ball of the foot. We're going to come to the ball of the foot. So almost like we're wearing high heels up on top of the block. Okay, now this is going to be awkward. Welcome to my world. Go ahead. One hand here, one hand's on the chair. Lift the hip. And then pull it back down. Walk you a little bit further away. Okay. Lift the hip, pull it back down. Can you walk one more little bit away? I'm not further than 2 feet away with my pull. Okay, lift the hip, ahead and see if you can twist underneath, bend the top elbow. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so your elbow's going to the ceiling. I'm twisting my body underneath. I'm pulling down with that hip and gently unwind. And release. Whoa! Doesn't that feel good? It does, okay? So one of the terms let's just change. We can do this while I talk, okay? Start wherever you can just gently lift up. And if that was like a piece of a cake, you know this side of my hip, this one's gonna be a little bit more intense for me, okay? So just wiggle side to side, finding that, yeah, okay? And then go ahead and push it a little bit away from me. Go ahead and change here. Start, just lift the hip and pull it back down. And lift the hip and pull it back. And lift the hip and pull it back down. Okay, great stuff. Move that a little bit away. Grab the hands. Oh, whoops. Bring it back close. We didn't do this one. Pull down. Push the hip. So I'm hands up here. I'm pushing into the floor. I lift my hip and then I pull the hip back down. Okay, I didn't use the pull before, but we just did motion. So notice the difference. I can just sit and do this, and that gives me mobility. Okay, I can push down and pull, and that's going to strengthen my muscle. Take the pull out, reach it up, pull it down. Feel that. Go ahead and take it maybe a little further. Reach up. I'm pushing down. I'm pushing into my pole. I'm leaning towards my pole. Pull down with that hip. Go ahead and bend the elbow. Lift it up. Twist the body. So I'm looking underneath. And release. Come all the way back. Woo-hoo. It's like, what the freak? Okay, either here or here. Yeah, we're still there. We didn't do that. So use your bigger block here for that hip, okay? Flex this foot, okay? Now, go ahead, push down. See if you can lift the hip. And then pull down. And lift the hip. And pull down. Beautifully. Come all the way back up, okay? If you're here, your knees got to go wide. You did the same leg. You have to change legs. Yes, you have to do the other leg. I know. I didn't.
You're right, I can't go that far now.
I know. So you're going to go right here. Yep, just right on the block with your foot. The whole foot. Yeah, your knees just going to go wide. Yeah. Now, you're going to lean this way towards Joyce. Move your pole, other side. There you go. There you go. Now, push into that block, and then pull the hip back down, this way down. And come all the way up. How are we feeling? Okay, if you're here and you'd like to, we didn't do this, we'll do it on both sides, okay? Go ahead and lean forward. That's a hip stretch, okay? Or come back. And lean forward, round it back. And lean, almost my chest. It changes what I do now. Reverse it, go back. And lean forward. And pull back. And lean forward. We will always, and go ahead and release. We will always work our shoulders and our hips. Try the second side, we didn't do the lean. Okay? Up, flex the foot. Just lean forward. Yeah, lean to where you feel the stretch, right? And then go ahead and round and come back. Lean forward and round. So my spine is going as long and straight as I can, and then I'm pulling it back. And as long as straight. Notice which one gives you a little bit more sensation. Did you do the other side?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that you were on the wrong leg, sorry. That's okay. Now, go back first, and then come forward. Notice just even that, go back first. So this can be done sitting at a desk, a front desk. And this can be done it can be done in your car if you're not driving. Okay, and then gently release. And then wiggle. Oh, yeah. Notice. Okay, all right. Let's stand. Could do a little bit like this. Come around behind your chair. Okay, I'll just turn mine sideways. I like much better now that I've been wearing my brighter clothes so that you can see me against this on the video. So reach, just stretch. You might just need to do one arm. If you can, just start and just try to get a little motion, right? Bend your knees and stick your rear end up. Yeah. Bend your knees and stick the rear end up. Push into your feet while you bend the knees. Like you're pushing down, and then go ahead and walk back in. Ooh. Stand, you can hold on, but find some wiggle in your whole body. Notice the difference versus sitting, okay? We get more. Try to get some round, okay? Remember I shared with you this movement that is so awkward for me, and how much easier if I could just grapevine it, right? So notice, where do you feel awkward, okay? Move there. We don't like to. I want to do what I feel good at, right? Come plant here. Reach it back. Bend your knees deeply, all of you. Get them down there. Yeah. And then push back with your hips. Your knees are staying bent. It's almost like I'm trying to bring my chest on my thighs and come parallel, but I'm not because I'm holding on to the chair. You can walk your feet in a little bit and maybe reach the hips back in that bend and get a little bit more. Don't let the chair lift. You have to push down. That's the opposition to reach back with those hips. And then come all the way up. You might feel when you go that deep into a squat, you might feel that your thighs are working, okay? Try it again. Watch for just a sec, because I really do want you to not just lean. This is not working my legs at all. But the minute I walk my feet a little forward, bend, I'm not doing this. I'm reaching my hips back, trying to keep my knees in front of my toes, or behind my toes, sorry. So I'm reaching back. Maybe you can come here. Maybe you want to, I'm just, but you can come here if you want and reach back. Find the stretch, okay? And then come all the way up. Come back in. Woo! Working those thighs. Find some movement. Go both directions, okay? We have done this before. Okay, this is hip flexibility. Standing on the left foot, pick up the right. If you need to, if you want to do it balance-wise, totally fine, okay? Turn the leg out to the side. Now, I am going to try to lift my foot up above my knee. What? If you need to be down here, be down here. And then from here, it's actually going to come behind and back forward. Take it out to the side. That's a rotation on the hip. Same leg if you can. Bring it in. It's coming back up. Take it out. It's an internal rotation of that whole leg. Bring it down. Bring it up. Yeah! And release. Change legs. Just turn around to the other side. Okay? Bring it up. Bring it out to the side. Rotate it. Bring it back. Bring it in. Bring it out to the side. Rotate it. Bring it down. One more. Bring it up. Bring it out to the side. Rotate it down and up and come back down. Woo! Wiggle those hips. Okay? We're going to try and reverse it. first side. Bring it behind. Okay, you're gonna bring it up this way. And then, I don't know about you, but that's one of my, didn't that feel good? It's like, whoa, bring it in. Now take it across the body. Bring it back. Try the other side. That one's a little bit more intensive, okay? So here we go. We're gonna start on the other side here. Turn if you need to. Foot goes out first, and then I'm just rolling the knee up, bringing it in, crossing it across the body, and bringing it down. Shake it out. Yeah? Go back here and stretch out again. And notice how good it feels on the low back and the hips to find that stretch. Homework, okay? Every day today, week, you are grabbing hold of your counter, okay? If your counter happens to have a ledge, perfect. If a table is better for you, I want you to grab hold, something that you can really grab hold of and reach away from. You do not have to get clear down here to work your thighs. We're just going to lengthen the spine, okay? So here, the chair lifts. If you've got a really heavy chair, I will find myself doing this I'll just hook on the counter and just reach. Now, if you want to really get fancy, okay, cross a foot, come down. Oh, find that reach. I know there's a couple in class that are going to try that, okay? Stretch the hip. If you're going to try it now, that's fine. I'm going to hold your chair. I don't want your chair.
This is her, I need before, so, yeah, I didn't care. Standing. Not just.
Yeah, okay. So if it engage that standing right? Yeah. It doesn't get to just be lazy while you do the stretch on the other hip. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's homework. Every day. You are worth it. You are worth it. All right, we are going to come to the floor. Okay. Take the blanket off your chair. It's going to go behind your head. Okay. Bend those knees. Can you come down then? Yeah. Okay. We'll do this. I'll do you in just a minute. So, okay, this is your head.
So,
Air conditioners now.
No, that's because you've got that one, you're right there in the middle, and you're in the middle. Okay, go ahead.
does it feel colder to you?
Yeah, I feel a cold breeze.
Yeah, you got it, Michelle, you got it direct on. There's no way to not. Okay.
You turn the heat up as we stop.
No, because it's coming from the outside, I don't even know if I can put something in front of it to stop it. She's just direct on. That's always been one that I thought's interesting. Now, I'm not quite sure what you're trying to do here. Bend your knees and go side to side. Did you want to do that? That blanket's not under your head. It's okay. I just, yeah, if you want it, put it on back there. That's what we did. We'll get that in. There. Yeah, a little better. Okay, side to side with those knees. So Lynn, you're doing the exact same thing. Oh, see you, Michelle. Have a good appointment.
Just put a jacket on.
Oh, you're putting the jacket on. Oh, I thought you were kidding.
Yeah, I can believe you about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so Lynn, in a chair. You just walk the knees, go one
I
way.
think this is important.
Good. And then come back. It does feel good, doesn't it?
Yes.
And turn. Yeah, you can totally do this in bed. If you can work your way to getting up and down, it's fabulous. But you don't necessarily, you can do the twist here. Come all the way back. You're just going, and once you go one direction, You're just holding, you're taking your body the other direction. Beautifully done, okay? So if you're on the floor, I'd like you to try and hug one of your legs into your chest. You can grab the shin, you can come behind, yeah, then we're just gonna do it just like that. Pull it in. Now you just roll through your hip, okay? See if you can hold underneath your knee. So instead of on top of the knee, you're gonna come on and hold the thigh. And then when you straighten the leg, yeah, it may, whoa, feel that stretch and come back down. We haven't done this before. Go ahead and stretch, take that long, bring it down. Take one more stretch, flex the foot, reach it. This is hamstring and release. Go ahead and just wiggle for a moment, maybe go side to side, and then pull the other knee into your chest, okay? You can pull it in any way you want. You can hold on to the knee, and you can find that, just a little bit of movement in that hip, okay? Can you do the other side at all, Lynn? Didn't you do the other side?
I just did this.
You did that one, okay. Underneath, hold, go ahead and lengthen. Oh yeah. Now try to reach, feel as if your heel, does anybody, where do you feel it? Show me with your hand. Yep, hamstring, right? Back of the leg, go ahead and reach. We have got to stretch. When we sit, those hamstrings shorten. Come back up, reach one last time, and then release. So I'm going to be we're going to be doing a little bit more of that hamstring work, okay? And release. Go ahead and take a twist with your knees to the right. Look left and hold for just a moment. And then come up and go to the other side and hold for just a moment. And then come back up. Let me grab your bolsters to go underneath your knees. Oh, crunch. That feel better. Notice that on your back. I'm coming. Oh, Lynn's coming. She's got me. There you go. Go ahead. Let it do this. Tell me not to do too hot for the listen. It's not. You do it at home. Okay. Lynn, yes, in the chair, we can go up. Obviously, we need to. There you go. Over that. We did this one last week. So, if getting into your down the ground is difficult. I've actually had a couple of people that would love to come and they're like, but I can't get up and down. And they won't come because they can't get up and down. So I applaud you for coming. So here, and just that, if you're here. Trying to release everything, right? Breathe. Okay, and then just really relax your legs. Relax your hands. Relax your spine. Letting everything being cradled by gravity.
This feels good.
Doesn't this feel good? When's the last time? Because doing this before we go to bed at night is good, but do we pause long enough before we're out? When we do it in the daytime, it's like there's that same opportunity to kind of go, how do I feel? So your mind is going to be active. It's going to want to move. We're going to hear noise. What do you do when you do that? Do you have to go up and look right now, or can you say, to me, that's why I don't wear an Apple Watch. No, I'll get back to my phone in a minute. This is important now. If your brain thinks of something, which it probably will, just say, okay, I'll remember, and come back. And I promise you will be able to remember these. When we calm our mind, and then go ahead and deepen your breath. Take some deeper inhales, some audible exhales. Slowly begin moving from your back. Okay, you'll kick out your bolster. Or I'll come help you with it. And start rolling onto your side, and from your side to a seat. And I'll bring chairs back. Oh,
Debbie, son, this is hard today, son.
it's gonna always be maybe a little bit of work. Pause for just a moment, wherever you are. Yeah. Find that gratitude again for this body, for your body, just the way it is. Namaste literally means I see your goodness, I see your greatness, I see your divinity. And I bow to that within you. Namaste. Nicely done. So this was weird for me at first. I'm like, what? What am I doing? That just seems, it was just in the culture, where yoga is prevalent. In Nepal, India, the Tahitian, probably not the Tahitian, but the Tibetan is what I was trying to say. This is this acknowledgement, and that's what they're saying. They really are. I'm seeing your goodness. I think that's really important that we see others.